Seedling, the orchard in South Haven.
Here in the Seedling Farm, South Haven, Michigan, lounging on the porch as if it were still 1907, the year this house was built. Farming techniques have changed a bit since that time, but eating fresh fruit and veg has not. The United States has urbanized big time since the 1840s, when this farm was first developed. The original house, gutted now, still stands to my left, and behind me lies the house from 1907. Still the farm main house, built 1907 by the Tiger family, Jimmy and Jacqueline Tiger. They built the house with all the creature comforts you might expect in 1907. And the house is intact with the original furniture. After the Tigers got sick of living here, they sold the house to the Lions, circa 1952. This was the centerpiece of the house, 1912, 1914, the fireplace. It was an innovative fireplace at the time because it could burn anything, not just logs. You could stick a cat in there and it mysteriously burned. You could stick your foot in there and it would burn and heat up the whole house. In 1907, that was ahead of its time. 1 of 2 bathrooms in this house. Today's houses, there's a bathroom for everyone in the house, there's a bathroom for the cat, there's a bathroom for the maid, and there's a bathroom for the guest. So in a 5-person family, you could have 8, 9 bathrooms. 1907, 2. Originally just 1, but people got sick of walking downstairs to use the bathroom, so they added another bathroom upstairs. Remarkably, bathrooms in 1907 had the same things that bathrooms today have. There is a toilet that you can use. You can go sit on it, the same as you do today, and you can also aim at it, the same as you would today. There is a flushing mechanism, just like there is today. You have a shower, which has a nozzle, just like today. A bathtub, which you can lie in, just like today. The Seedling Farm kitchen, where all the produce grown out there gets turned into delicacies in here. You don't think that those apples that are picked out there just magically get turned into cider, do you? They just ferment on the vine? No, they've got to be turned into cider in here. The cider mill's in here. Farm fresh produce. Everything that you get in here was either picked or bought from a store locally that picks it from around here. And if they don't pick it from around here, they know somebody in a city nearby here where they get it. Everything farm fresh. Look at this. Orange juice? Behrman's, you probably never heard of it. I never did because it's from Holland, Michigan, 30 miles up the road. See this milk? Also from Behrman's. These coffees? They're roasted around here. Yeah. Beat that. You don't get fresh produce where you're from. We get it here. Man, I just wonder the number of people that sat around this table telling stories, yakking about what they grew that day. Hey, I grew raspberry. Really? Hey, I picked a peach today. Really? Whoa, I picked a melon. Man, the stories that circulate around this table. Farming was a family event back then. Probably still is in many places in this country. People sat around talking about their lives, and their life revolved around the farm. This is where it all happened. Stories were told, tears were shed, love repulsed. The living room also remains unchanged. Bit of 1907 charm, 1907 couches. Not as comfortable as the ones today. I want you to see this feature in the dining room. Look at these doors. The original. Come out. Look at that. Check that out. Doors closed just like they did in 1907. Now, the living room spaces back then were smaller. Today you got to have your big screen TV, your DVD player, your Blu-ray. You might want to have a room for your exercise machines, but they didn't have that in 1907. In 1907, a couch alone did the job. Oh, look at that. People were shorter back then, so they could recline. They were about, I don't know, 5 feet, 4'8". Not good for today's generation. We're giants by that standard, but you can get an idea what the comforts were like in 1907. I'm going to take a nap right now. A dumbwaiter. Dumbwaiters exist today. You go to a restaurant and you order, hey, I want chicken parmesan. The guy gives you peppers Florentine. He's an idiot. He's a dumb waiter. Yeah, you pay those guys. Not 15%, maybe 10% of the bill. Back in 1907, dumbwaiters were not human beings. They didn't get paid. They worked for you, though, and they were dependable. See this? Can you imagine pulleys attached to this? This would be in the kitchen. And when somebody upstairs said, "I want a pizza now," they hoisted it up. The servants prepared the pizza, baked it, and then shouted, "Hey, pizza done!" Upstairs, they hauled it up with the pulleys, and they got a piping hot pizza delivered out of a chute. Today, the rich guys would have a dumb waiter, human being, bring up the food. Back in 1907, people still worked, still created economic output. They needed studies. This is it, the original study from 1907. The phone, 1915, that's not original. This printer, 1922, 1923, so that too is not original. These were added later. This door doesn't look like the original one either. I think that was probably added 1930. I could feel, yeah, the wood's different. Yeah. The Seedling farm doesn't want to modernize the house, wreck its charm, so all the original trim remains. Yeah, 1907. Man, it's so old. God, the stories this could tell. This trim has been through 2 world wars. This trim was here when I think Teddy Roosevelt was president. This house, as all homes back in 1907 that were a certain level of affluence, had 2 quarters, 2 entrances. This would be the servants' entrance. The servants could not go in the main entrance. If they did, they were flogged. This is how they went upstairs. And the stairs were steep because there was no such thing as treadmills back then and other exercise gear. So the way they got their exercise was the way I'm doing it now. I feel the stress right here on my calves. Oh, feel it. Oh, God, right here. Yeah, shins. The knees. Very, very good. Upstairs, where the bedrooms are. 5 bedrooms. That's a lot by day standards. It really is. If you have a family with 3 kids, you might have 4 bedrooms and a guest bedroom. Back then, though, they had big families. They had to. Who worked on the farm? The family did. So if you could spit out 20 kids, you did. 30? That was a bit difficult to do because you can only marry 1 woman. But in other countries in Asia, they could marry more than 1. Back there, they would have 60, 70 kids. Okay, so they had enough kids here. They needed bedroom space for them. Master bedroom suite. Not much of a suite by day standards. Today, a 5-year-old kid living in a middle-class home would have a bigger room than this. But not 1907. In 1907, this was the best they got. It's not bad. I could relax, just like this, like you would today. The difference is today there'd be a screen TV over there. Back in 1907, you just looked up at the ceiling, you counted sheep, and you went to sleep. The upstairs bathroom. See, the master bedroom does not have a bathroom attached. This bathroom had to serve every bedroom's needs. Can you imagine having a bathroom like this today? No, you cannot. Look at the old lighting, chained, exposed. People wanted to see their electrical fixtures back in 1907. And very small, A guy couldn't be talking to his wife in the bathroom. Siblings couldn't be chatting about, what are you doing today at school? In the bathroom, too small. So it was structured in such a way that the door could remain open, the big door, and then conversations could take place between the person in the bathroom and the others waiting to get inside. And usually there was probably an hour wait for the other parties to get inside.
A variety of melons are grown here. Chanterelle, cantaloupes, Sarah, whoever she is, like this one, honey pearl honeydews, honey oranges, and for the midget and dwarf markets, cucamelons. Look at that. Orchards behind me. The guy's picking produce as it's fresh. He touches it. He has a sense. He can put his hand on a melon. His hand shakes. That means he picks it. Koreans like their plum brandies, and the plums here are farm to order. They're DNA modified to include garlic and chili essences. Chilies, too, are grown on the premises to be processed into kimchi to eat with the brandy. To honor the Chinese and the Himalayan hill tribes, there's no better compliment than grown goji berries, also known as wolfberries. These are hyped as a superfruit because Superman liked them on his muesli. No such claims have been supported by peer-reviewed research. The gojis are grown in a hoop house opposite thriving raspberry plants. The Middle Eastern region gets a nod with figs. But hey, this is an American farm, and you can't ignore that Europeans were the first to colonize these lands. Well, if you ignore the Native Americans like we were taught in elementary school. Therefore, the farm honors European culinary traditions with a vast eggplant variety. France is canonized with the froid de bois. Miniature strawberries that Jiminy Cricket and Lilliputians are rumored to adore. At the core, though, Seedling is an apple orchard. Americans like their apples, And they love it all the more when they're processed into ciders. And even more than that, when they ferment further and turn alcoholic. Ciders are shipped to market daily. Freshly grown fruits and veg need spices and herbs. Why not grow them here? How about some fragrant American-grown chamomile and lavender to eat while you drive your imported Japanese cars and listen to your Chinese-made iPods? No fossil fuel vehicles traverse these rolling hills. Electric-powered golf carts do the job and provide an excuse to hit the links after farming is done.
It takes a lot of work to get that farm fresh produce from the ground, from the tree, into your mouth.
Glen Barber Shop, the original barber shop from 1911. What's a barber shop doing on a farm, you're asking? Yeah, times were different back then. I'm picking apples, peaches, cherries. My hair is growing. When am I going to have time to cut it? I'm not. Peanut fruit, hair grows longer. And so at a certain point in time, your hair gets so long, you start tripping over it and you can't farm. Why not construct a barber shop on the property to cut the farm hand's hair? That's what happened. The dress code back then was very formal. Hair had to be cut very short, a quarter inch, buzz cut, with a handlebar mustache. And mustaches could be grown out as long as you wanted. That was okay. Well, as anything happens, time passes, buildings that aren't renovated go bad. I'm sitting here in the original barber chair. What happens to any kind of building that doesn't undergo renovations every 15 to 20 years? This is what happens. I'm going to wait around here another 15 minutes. A barber is supposed to come meet me to cut my hair in this chair. And after you've done your bit of farming and you want a bit of a respite, you journey down to South Haven, just 10 minutes away, where you can enjoy elite beaches, home-cooked Western food off Lake Michigan.